What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and the season is over, but the plot leaks keep coming. And in this video, we are going over Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 4. Now, people, I 100% know that it's quite possible that this could be fan fiction. But again, some of them were real in the past. So we don't know if these could be real, but if they're fake, so what? Let them be fake. It's just fun. It's a long off season. Let's just go through it. You know what I mean? Anything I watch right now or hear about right now is not going to prevent me from watching the season. So let's have some fun and break down this episode. Scene 1. It's with Qyburn, Euron, and the three commanders of the Golden Company. Qyburn informs them that Daenerys and Jon have been splitting up their army and that Jaime is currently with Jon and Edmure in Riverrun, probably awaiting attack from the Night's King. Pike has been taken again by Theon Greyjoy and Jon's army, which visibly angers Euron. Daenerys travels to Dragonstone. Cersei laughs and tells the rest that she hopes the Night King devours their army soon enough. They shouldn't wait too long to have the Golden Company attack Dragonstone since Daenerys' army is reduced remarkably. Euron Greyjoy is watching the Iron Throne when Cersei joins him in the throne room. She asks him why he doesn't attack Pike since his nephew has taken it from him. Euron initially thinks it's a stupid idea to go north now, but Cersei convinces him to learn them another lesson. Euron decides to take his fleet and travels to Pike. Cersei and Qyburn are watching from above how Euron leaves. Qyburn asks Cersei if it is smart to have their most important ally travel so far north at this moment. Cersei tells Qyburn she hopes her enemies deal with Euron Greyjoy and that he never returns to King's Landing. Scene 2. Daenerys, Sam, Gilly, Varys, and Missandei have returned to Dragonstone. Varys reports to Daenerys that Cersei has hired the Golden Company and that Euron Greyjoy has been seen leaving King's Landing. They could attack her at any moment, now that her forces have weakened. Daenerys agrees and hopes that Jon and co. finishes the Night's King army as soon as possible. When Daenerys takes a bath, Missandei remarks that she is visibly pregnant right now. Daenerys asks Missandei how she deals with Grey Worm's death, at which Missandei responds she's missing him every day. Missandei asks Daenerys whether she misses Jon. Daenerys says she does. Next scene is Samwell with Gilly and Little Sam. Samwell wants Gilly to travel to Horn Hill with Little Sam. They aren't safe in Dragonstone with enemies from all sides. Gilly reminds Sam that he promised not to leave them, but Sam insists that they must. They'll be safer with his mother and sister. He promises that he'll fight for them. Scene 3. Jaime, Jon, Bronn, Tyrion, Jorah, and Edmure are already in Riverrun. Jon mentions that the army of the dead have been seen reaching the twins. They will be upon them soon and tell them that they should take their armies to the Eyrie immediately. Tyrion takes the time to ask Jaime about Cersei and why he has chosen to leave her. Jaime tells Tyrion that Cersei will never find peace after the death of their children and choose to betray everyone during the Dragon Pit by hiring the Golden Company. Their relationship fully consumed him. Tyrion reminds the rest that Daenerys isn't safe in Dragonstone, now that Cersei has an army of thousands of sellswords behind her back. She could attack Dragonstone any moment from now. Jorah thinks his place should be with his queen now that he has promised to protect her at any cost. Jon seems to agree and lets him go. Jon sends word to his sister, Sansa, to inform her that the army of the dead will reach the Vale soon and that their army is marching to the Vale now. Scene 4. Cersei stands with the commanders of the Golden Company on a giant map of Westeros. She instructs the commanders to take their men to Dragonstone with Euron's remaining ships and to capture Daenerys Targaryen. She can't wait to kill the foreign whore herself. The commanders leave and obey her orders. Scene 5. Sansa receives word from Jon Snow and orders the Lords of the Vale that they should prepare now. She convinces Robb and Arryn to have Lord Royce lead the Knights of the Vale. Robin tells Sansa he intends to fight with them. Sansa answers Robin that it's not a good idea and that he should be kept safe. Robin laughs and tells Sansa that he's not a girl, unlike Sansa. Gendry and Sansa have a conversation as well. Sansa asks how Gendry came to meet Arya, but he tells Sansa that's a story too long to tell. The two seem to get along well, and Sansa thanks him for fighting for them. Scene 6. Missandei receives a visitor in Dragonstone. She first asks after Jon Snow, but is happy to meet Daenerys as well. It seems to be an old Melisandre who comes to bring them important news. Old Melisandre tells them that a great last sacrifice should be made if they want to win the war, and it requires true king's blood. Old Melisandre points at Daenerys' baby. Daenerys is furious at the old lady and sends her away immediately. Before old Melisandre leaves, Varys talks with her outside. Melisandre makes her identity known, which has Varys shocked. She tells Varys that he should remember what the voice said in the flames. He should be the one to save the common people from the doom. She asks Varys to fulfill the prophecy to save Westeros. Varys can't utter a word. Melisandre leaves Dragonstone and the series. Scene 7. Theon Greyjoy sitting on his father's chair when his men come to tell him that Euron Greyjoy has arrived in Pike as well. Euron speaks with Theon outside. He has Yara with him and tells Theon that he should give up Pike already or he'll slit his sister's throat in front of him. Theon is starting to notice that it's getting a lot colder and he can see his breath. He tells Euron that they are coming for them, but Euron doesn't understand at first. When men start to scream, the Whites start invading Pike. Yara takes advantage of the moment and kicks Euron. Then Theon implores Yara to escape to Dragonstone. Yara wants Theon to come with her, but tells her he won't fail her another time. She escapes in a small ship with a few loyal men. Theon fights Euron himself. Ironborn and Northmen fight the Whites while Euron battles Theon. Euron gets the upper hand and swings his axe right at Theon's body. Theon dies immediately. Euron laughs. Euron employs his men to leave Pike with boats. A lot of his men have died, but Euron manages to escape. That's the episode, folks. We get a couple of doozies in this one. We get a couple of big deaths. At least we get the death of Theon Greyjoy. That is pretty big in my book. I don't know if I've seen that one coming this soon. Also, I'd just like to say that in the beginning of this article, they explain exactly why they have the inconsistent thing with Howland Reed saying that the showrunners did want him to die, but they wanted to show Greywater Watch, so they switched it up and he does not die because of that reason. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know, but it seems like a plausible explanation. And I also think that the pacing from episode to episode is what we have seen in Game of Thrones. But again, let me know. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.